Coming up, we'll see two QBs out of North Dakota State with Carson Wentz in town to take on the rookie, Trey Lance. Indy's won the last 4 against the 49ers, but can they make it 5 in a row? Find out on Sunday night.
And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Colts offense ready to go here for the first time. And the former Philadelphia Eagle turned Indianapolis Colt Carson Wentz set to take over here at the controls in his first year in Indianapolis. Throwing on first is Wentz. And his first look is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack.
Nick Bosa had an outstanding freshman campaign in 2019 with a 9-sack season and was named Defensive Rookie of the Year. Went down with a knee injury in Week 2 last year, and the Niners' fortunes seemed to sag right along with it.
And this punt sails over the sideline, and the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. First carry now for Trey Sermon. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now Lance on the bootleg. This to the outside, it's Sermon. And he goes out right around the 39. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. Whispers that one or two guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Lance finding Kittle, first down San Francisco. Play action, now it's Lance. That one caught by Ross Dwelly. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. That's a staple. It's drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 2nd down, it's Sermon. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Now a run with Sermon. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And he will find his man Samuel. Touchdown! Deebo Samuel, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Niners have taken the early lead. Picking up where they left off before the open week that they had last week as they won going into that. And no signs of being stale.
No, and that's really big for them because there's a trust factor that goes into this. Because what often happens, if you win the game before your open week, you should get more time off. But if you win the game before the open week, get more time off, and don't play well the next time out, that goes away. So they're making a statement that they like that time off.
2nd drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Naeem Hines, his first carry. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Looking deep for Hilton. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Tavon Wilson. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, 78 yards. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
And that should serve as a big warning to this defense. They know now that they have to stick close to these receivers because they have the ability to break games wide open after the catch, and that in the end zone.
And the next gen in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
A gain of 6 there on first. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Wentz going to give this to Taylor. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a...
On tape, the way they were flying to their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch. Called for and collected right at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this off the 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. The Lance going to throw. It's caught. Mitchell. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense will probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down, almost back to the drawing board.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Lance. eluding the pressure right. His throw incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Lance looking to throw it. Flushed out right. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Lance, a give now to Sermon. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he is going to have a 49ers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Sermon now on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Lance. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another 1st down at the Colts 36. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. On 1st down, Mitchell, nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Lance. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. And this one is right down the middle. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And the running lane's non-existent in this 1st half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Working from the gun, Wentz. Oh, Pascal able to haul that one in. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. He got 29 yards that time. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a give to Taylor. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 35.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he'll find Pittman. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Wentz now on first down. Taken in by the tight end Doyle. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 21 yards. The Colts with a first red zone opportunity of the ball game. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. Shotgun now for Wentz. Got a man, it's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown. Michael Pittman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Deebo Samuel and the 49ers back in possession here. He has certainly made the most of his catches so far, both of them going for touchdowns here in half number 1.
And we've never met a team that doesn't talk about getting off to a fast start and featuring guys that they want to have the ball early. We're seeing both of those come into play here. Off to an incredible start. Got their feature guy going, and now everyone else should have opportunities.
59 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. They run. Here's Sermon. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retakes center stage. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense, but you know what else is happening too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Wentz. And And down he goes. The 49ers get there. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. This is taken at the 15. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. On 2nd and 10, Lance, and he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive, as they'll take over with just 13 seconds to go before the break. Now that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. All right, Coach, thank you. And we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Now it's Wilson. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic. I think at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And down he'll go at the 25.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
That's complete out left to Ayuk. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, not at all. It came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well. Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And this is caught at the 20. And he is going to have a 49ers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, for Trey Lance, not only was he the youngest quarterback in the 2021 draft class, but many say he had the strongest arm, too, and he showed it off here.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This this is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
Sermon. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Trey Sermon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here. The closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Meanwhile, Lance's throw pulled in by Kittle and able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. On the handoff, Sermon. Tackle made by Grover Stewart.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Excellent work there by Lance as he scrambles for the first down. Now a handoff, Sermon. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And now they'll throw with Lance. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you look at the next-gen stats, you'll see that he topped out at an even 21 miles an hour. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Wentz to throw. playing time to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminating touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
And all the way down inside the 25 before he's out of bounds. That was so well timed. Just a perfect throw on the slant.
Hit him on the move, didn't he? Now he's going against the grain of the defenders coming over to try and stop him. That allowed for that additional yardage downfield.
They give to Sermon out of the gun. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. That's going to be caught, and he'll be out of bounds. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Off of play action, here's Lance. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Ross Dwelly, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Niners get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Joey Sly now. To kick off after the touchdown. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Back now here in Santa Clara. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Wentz going to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll run for it. It's Taylor. And, boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. From the gun, Sermon. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's going to have a Niners first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. This is Sermon.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Second and 9. Again, it's Sermon. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
On 3rd down, here's Sermon. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Flush to his right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. Now Wentz. Forced out to, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Nick Bosa in there to get the season now. That is 9 sacks for him.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. Maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. But they run once more with Sermon. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 7 times and could use another right now. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he's going to have a Niners first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. On 2nd down, another shot for Sermon. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Now 3rd down is looming, a pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Lance, a give now to Sermon. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10. Now it's Sermon. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Colts pick it up. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Now they got to get to the line quickly. On 2nd and inches, Wentz is going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The drive starts with a carry by Sermon. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, I think after that run, the defense get back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And it's incomplete. And now we're down to 10 seconds. Here's Lance to throw it. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. That one looks like he'll throw here. Throw right side here, taken in by Bateman. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did.